The New Sentinel podcast begins by highlighting the fundamental importance of civic engagement. Civic engagement is crucial for the healthy functioning of any democratic society. This segment sets the stage for a detailed analysis of the voting process. Understanding the voting process is key to effective participation in democracy. This module explores the critical role of citizen participation in electoral processes. Active engagement in elections is not merely a civic right within a self-governing system. It is fundamentally a crucial responsibility for all citizens. This responsibility underpins the legitimacy and effectiveness of democratic governance. Understanding this necessity is key to fostering a robust and representative democracy. Democracy is a system of government where power is vested in the people. Citizen engagement is fundamental to the functioning and legitimacy of democratic governance. Voting is a primary mechanism through which citizens actively participate in their government. Through voting, the populace exercises its right to choose representatives and influence policy. This direct participation ensures that governmental power originates from the will of the people. Therefore, active citizen engagement, particularly through voting, forms the bedrock of democracy. Citizen participation in elections is a fundamental aspect of democratic governance. When citizens cast their votes, they actively engage in the political process. This act of voting confers legitimacy upon their chosen elected representatives. The mandate received through elections reinforces the government's authority to govern. Thus, citizen votes are crucial for establishing and maintaining democratic legitimacy. High voter turnout is crucial for democratic governance and effective policymaking. It ensures that elected officials represent a broad spectrum of the population. When more citizens vote, the electoral outcome more accurately reflects public opinion. This increased participation pressures officials to prioritize diverse societal needs. Policies enacted are thus more likely to genuinely align with the broader public will. High turnout strengthens the legitimacy and responsiveness of the political system. Voting is a fundamental mechanism for citizens to ensure leadership accountability. It provides a periodic opportunity to evaluate the actions and decisions of elected officials. Through the ballot box, citizens can express approval or disapproval of political conduct. This process directly influences future political behavior and policymaking. Leaders are aware that their performance will be judged by the electorate. Thus, voting serves as a critical check on power, fostering responsive governance. Political apathy is characterized by a lack of interest or engagement in political processes. This disengagement can lead to a significant disconnect between the government and its citizens. Such a disconnect erodes civic trust, undermining the foundation of democratic governance. Active participation is crucial in countering political apathy and fostering a healthy civic society. Citizen engagement is crucial for a healthy democratic process. A high rate of citizen participation ensures diverse societal views are heard. It allows a wider spectrum of concerns to be represented. These diverse perspectives are integrated into political discourse. Ultimately, this leads to more inclusive and representative decision-making. Robust voter participation is crucial for the health and stability of democratic institutions. It strengthens these institutions against various internal and external challenges. High voter turnout acts as a collective safeguard against authoritarian tendencies. When citizens actively engage, it reinforces the legitimacy and resilience of the democratic system. This collective engagement ensures that democratic principles are upheld and protected. Citizen participation in voting is fundamental for a representative democracy. When citizens choose to abstain from voting, they relinquish their democratic power. This non-participation can lead to a minority dictating the nation's direction. The collective voice of the majority may be unheard, impacting policy and governance. Therefore, non-participation carries a significant cost to democratic principles and outcomes. The right to vote, or suffrage, is a fundamental aspect of democratic societies. Historically, this right was not universally granted, but was a privilege for a select few. The struggle for universal suffrage involves significant social and political movements. These movements often faced strong opposition and required sustained effort and sacrifice. The hard-won nature of voting rights underscores their profound value and importance. Understanding this history highlights the ongoing significance of active participation in elections. The voting process is a fundamental civic duty. It necessitates informed decision-making from citizens. This requirement encourages individuals to actively educate themselves. Voters research various issues and candidate platforms. Thus, Voting promotes continuous civic learning and engagement. Elections provide a vital platform for collective participation in governance. This collective engagement is fundamental to fostering community empowerment. Through voting, citizens actively shape their nation's future direction. Such participation cultivates a profound sense of shared responsibility among community members. It reinforces the idea that each individual's voice contributes to the collective good. Ultimately, elections empower communities to drive positive societal change. Local voting significantly impacts daily life, extending beyond national elections. Decisions made at the local level directly affect community services and resources. These decisions include policies related to schools and educational systems. Local governance also determines the development and maintenance of infrastructure. Furthermore, local votes shape the provision and quality of public services. Current voting decisions are not merely immediate choices, but foundational acts. These decisions lay the groundwork for the future, shaping the world inherited by subsequent generations. The environmental policies enacted today will determine the health of our planet tomorrow. Economic choices made now will dictate future prosperity and resource distribution. Social structures and justice systems established through voting will define future societal equity. Effective citizen engagement is foundational for a functioning democracy and societal progress. A critical component of this engagement is the ability of voters to make informed choices. Informed choices require a thorough understanding of each candidate's platform. Voters must also comprehend the potential implications of these platforms on policy and society. This understanding empowers citizens to cast votes that align with their values and community needs. Broad participation is a key strategy for mitigating the influence of extreme ideologies within a system. When a diverse range of voices and perspectives are included, extreme views are less dominant. This inclusivity ensures that decision-making processes reflect a wider spectrum of society. The presence of varied viewpoints naturally dilutes the impact of any single extreme ideology. Ultimately, broad participation leads to more moderate and representative outcomes for the collective. Voting is a fundamental mechanism for protecting minority rights within a political system. Minority groups often face unique challenges and require specific representation through voting. These groups can elect representatives who understand their concerns. These elected officials advocate for the specific interests of their minority constituents. They work to ensure that minority rights are recognized and upheld within the larger framework. This electoral participation strengthens the political voice and influence of minority communities. High voter engagement within a nation is crucial for its democratic health. This engagement reflects the active participation of citizens in governance. Such participation strengthens the legitimacy and stability of the democratic system. A robust national democracy positively influences the global perception of democracy. Therefore, strong voter turnout contributes to the overall health of democracy worldwide. Civic duty is a fundamental aspect of a functioning society, ensuring collective well-being. Engaging in voting is a primary mechanism through which individuals fulfill their civic duty. Participation in elections establishes a positive cycle, reinforcing the value of civic engagement. This active involvement fosters a culture where civic responsibility is recognized and upheld. The perpetuation of civic duty extends across diverse demographics within a community. It also transcends different age groups, ensuring continuous engagement from one generation to the next. This module explores the significant impact of a single vote within a democratic system. An individual vote, though seemingly small, contributes to a collective outcome. When aggregated with many others, individual votes form a powerful force. This collective power can profoundly influence national election results and policy decisions. The aggregation of votes can lead to significant shifts in a nation's direction. Thus, each vote holds the potential to alter national outcomes. For better or worse, electoral outcomes are frequently determined by extremely narrow margins. These scenarios highlight the critical impact of individual votes. In such close contests, even a small number of votes can be decisive. A few votes can shift the balance and determine the winning candidate. This underscores the importance of every ballot cast in an election. A single vote may appear insignificant in isolation. However, its true power emerges from its cumulative effect. When combined with thousands or millions of similar votes, its impact is substantial. This collective action can significantly influence outcomes and decisions. The Electoral College is a system used in some presidential elections. It can lead to individual votes in certain states having a greater impact. Specifically, votes within key swing states can disproportionately influence the outcome. This dynamic means the national presidential result may hinge on a few critical states. Referendums and ballot initiatives are direct democracy mechanisms. They allow citizens to directly vote on specific policy questions or constitutional amendments. Each individual vote directly contributes to the passage or defeat of legislation. This process bypasses the need for intermediaries, such as elected representatives. It ensures direct public input on critical, legislative, and constitutional matters. Electoral ties represent a critical juncture in democratic processes. These rare instances occur when candidates receive an equal number of votes. Such deadlocks prevent a clear winner from being declared. In these situations, a single vote can become decisive. The impact of one vote can fundamentally alter the election's outcome. This highlights the profound significance of every individual ballot cast. The butterfly effect illustrates how minor actions can trigger significant, unpredictable outcomes. In politics, a seemingly small change, such as a single vote, can initiate a chain of events. This ripple effect can lead to vastly different political landscapes and societal structures. It underscores the profound impact even the smallest individual contributions can have on the future. Higher individual participation directly contributes to increased overall voter turnout in elections. Increased voter turnout strengthens the mandate of the elected government. A stronger mandate provides greater legitimacy for the government's actions and policies. This enables the government to more effectively implement its agenda and fulfill its promises. Individual votes are crucial in shaping political landscapes. When voters consistently favor specific issues or candidates, a clear pattern emerges. This consistent voter behavior sends a strong signal to political parties. Political parties are then incentivized to adapt their platform. The goal is to align with voter preferences, thereby attracting more support and votes. Voting is a fundamental civic act in democratic societies. Beyond its political function, voting carries significant psychological weight for individuals. The act of casting a ballot can foster a profound sense of empowerment. It provides individuals with a direct voice in their nation's governance. This participation cultivates a feeling of ownership and responsibility. Voters often feel more connected to societal outcomes and collective decisions. Local elections determine representatives for school boards and city councils. These elections directly impact community-level decisions and services. The voter pool in local elections is typically smaller compared to national elections. This reduced number of voters amplifies the influence of each individual vote. Consequently, a single vote can have a more pronounced effect on election outcomes. Therefore, participation in local elections holds significant weight for community governance. Throughout history, numerous elections have been decided by incredibly small margins. These instances highlight the profound impact a single vote can have on electoral outcome. Such close contests serve as powerful reminders of the importance of individual participation. They underscore that every vote cast holds the potential to sway the final result. These historical examples reinforce the concept of individual voter power in a democracy. Undecided voters represent a crucial segment of the electorate in any election. These individuals have not yet committed their support to a specific candidate or party. Their votes are particularly potent due to their potential to shift electoral outcomes. In closely contested elections, undecided voters often hold the balance of power. Their decisions can swing the results between competing candidates or political factions. Therefore, understanding and influencing undecided voters is a key strategy in political campaigns. A tyranny of the minority can emerge when voter turnout is low. This occurs when a significant portion of eligible voters abstain from participating in elections. A motivated, organized minority can then disproportionately influence election outcome. This minority elects officials who may not represent the broader population's interests. High voter participation is crucial to ensure elected representatives reflect the general will. Electoral outcomes significantly influence the appointment of judges. The political party in power often determines who fills judicial vacancies. These appointments can shape legal interpretations for many decades. Thus, elections have a profound, long-term impact on the justice system. Elections, driven by individual votes, are pivotal moments for economic change. The election of a specific candidate or party can trigger significant shifts in economic policy. These policy changes directly impact various sectors of the economy. Markets react to new economic directives, influencing investments and trade. Such shifts can profoundly affect the livelihoods of citizens. Therefore, Electoral outcomes are crucial determinants of a nation's economic trajectory. Individual votes are fundamental in democratic processes. These votes contribute to electing leaders who represent the public's interests. Elected leaders possess the authority to enact new social policies. They can also repeal existing policies, leading to significant societal shifts. Such policy changes directly impact crucial areas like rights, healthcare, and education. Elections are fundamental processes where citizens choose their representatives. These individual votes collectively determine the outcome of national elections. The results of elections can significantly alter a nation's foreign policy stance. New leadership may pursue different diplomatic strategies and international objectives. Electoral outcomes also have the power to reshape a country's international alliances. Thus, individual votes directly impact a nation's position and influence on the global stage. Each individual vote carries significant moral weight within a society. A vote reflects an individual's endorsement of specific values and ethical principles. It signifies a personal choice regarding the desired direction for their community or nation. This endorsement extends to policies, leaders, and the societal impact of their decisions. Therefore, voting is an act of moral responsibility, shaping collective future. An individual's decision to vote holds significant power beyond their single ballot. This act of participation can inspire and mobilize others within their immediate social circles. The influence extends to friends, family, and community members. This creates a positive ripple effect, encouraging broader civic engagement. Such personal actions contribute to a collective increase in voter turnout. Ultimately, individual voting decisions can foster a more participatory democracy. Individual votes collectively shape a nation's long-term trajectory. The aggregation of these votes over time determines national development. This collective decision-making process influences a nation's progress. Conversely, it can also lead to periods of stagnation. Thus, each vote contributes to the overall direction and future of the country. Resource allocation decisions are fundamental to public governance. These decisions are primarily made by elected officials. Officials gain their positions through individual votes from the populace. Their role involves determining how public resources are distributed. These allocations significantly impact various sectors of society. Such decisions are critical for economic development and social welfare. Elections play a crucial role in shaping a nation's environmental policy. Individual votes collectively determine the political landscape. This collective decision influences the government's stance on environmental issues. Policies can either prioritize environmental protection or resource exploitation. Therefore, electoral outcomes directly impact the future of a nation's environment. Public health initiatives are crucial for community well-being and disease prevention. These initiatives encompass disease prevention strategies, healthcare access, and emergency responses. Leaders are elected through individual votes, reflecting the public's choice. These elected leaders are responsible for shaping public health policies. Their decisions directly impact the effectiveness and reach of public health programs. The direction of a nation's educational system is shaped by various factors. These factors include curriculum design and funding allocation. Such decisions are often a direct consequence of electoral choices. Citizens' votes directly influence educational policy and reform. Voting is a collective action that records societal values and beliefs. This act serves as a historical document, reflecting prevailing moral stances. It captures the ideological convictions of a population at a given time. Each election provides insights into the evolution of public sentiment. Thus, voting chronicles the changing landscape of a society's core principles. Each election serves as a critical mechanism for societal self-assessment. It provides a clear snapshot of the prevailing values within the electorate. The outcomes reveal the dominant priorities of the voting population. Elections also indicate the collective moral compass of society at that time. This snapshot is dynamic, reflecting shifts in public sentiment over time. Thus, elections are vital for understanding societal direction and evolution. Public opinion evolves over time, reflecting shifts in societal values and beliefs. Analyzing voting patterns across decades provides insight into these changes. This analysis reveals the evolution of public sentiment on key social issues. It also tracks changes in public opinion regarding economic and ethical matters. Electoral choices are deeply intertwined with underlying moral frameworks within a society. These frameworks define what a community perceives as just, fair, and desirable outcomes. Voters often select candidates whose platforms align with their personal and collective moral values. Thus, Election results reflect the prevailing moral consensus or divisions within the electorate. Voting behavior serves as a critical indicator of societal ideological shifts. Changes in how people vote can document significant shifts in political philosophies. These shifts may involve movements towards conservatism, liberalism, or other ideologies. Such changes reflect evolving public opinion and political landscapes over time. Analyzing voting patterns helps understand the dynamic nature of a population's beliefs. Political campaigns serve as a mirror, reflecting a society's most pressing concerns. The issues candidates choose to campaign on are direct indicators of perceived societal problems. These issues are strategically selected to resonate with the electorate's current priorities. Voter response to specific campaign issues further highlights what matters most to the public. The alignment between candidate platforms and voter resonance reveals collective societal priorities. Thus, election campaigns offer valuable insights into a society's core values and urgent needs. Cultural norms significantly influence voting behaviors and electoral results. Voting outcomes often reflect the prevailing cultural norms within a society. These outcomes can indicate public acceptance of specific behaviors or lifestyle. Conversely, they may also signal a rejection of certain societal trends or structures. Elections serve as a mechanism for cultural expression and validation. Thus, voting patterns offer insights into a community's core values and social fabric. Elections serve as a critical mechanism for societies to express their preferences on various issues. Among these, economic philosophies represent a fundamental choice presented to voters. Different political parties and candidates often endorse distinct economic approaches. These approaches can range from market-oriented capitalism to more centrally planned economic models. The vote count in an election directly indicates which economic philosophy a society collectively favors. This democratic process shapes future economic policies and national development trajectories. Historical records reveal a society's journey towards greater inclusivity and equality. The progression of voting rights is a key indicator of this societal advancement. Increasing diversity among elected officials further chronicles this progress. These developments collectively demonstrate a society's evolving commitment to broader representation. Voting patterns offer insights into societal dynamics beyond simple electoral outcome. They can reveal periods of significant backlash against prevailing social changes. These patterns document public resistance to new norms or policies. Such resistance often emerges when a segment of the population feels alienated or threatened. Analyzing voting data helps identify the underlying societal tension. Thus, voting acts as a barometer for social stability and conflict. Generational divides in beliefs are evident through analyses of voting patterns across age demographics. These analyses reveal significant differences in moral and ideological stances between generations. Younger generations often hold distinct views on social and economic issues compared to older cohorts. These differing perspectives directly influence electoral outcomes and policy priorities. Understanding these divides is crucial for predicting future political landscapes and societal shifts. Such generational gaps can shape long-term political alliances and policy directions within a nation. Geographic voting patterns often reveal distinct regional differences in values and ideologies. These variations contribute to the diverse political landscape of a nation. Such patterns highlight how local contexts shape political beliefs. Understanding these regional differences is crucial for analyzing national political dynamics. Voting outcomes are significantly shaped by the influence of media narratives and the information environment. Media platforms play a crucial role in disseminating information and framing public discourse. The way information is presented can impact public perception of candidates and policies. This influence extends to the formation of beliefs among the electorate. Therefore, media and information are key determinants in shaping voter behavior and election results. Major historical events significantly influence collective mindsets. These events include widespread conflicts, such as wars. Economic downturns, like crises, also play a crucial role. Such occurrences leave an indelible mark on societal thinking. This impact is often reflected in subsequent voting behavior. Thus, external events can fundamentally alter political landscapes. Identity politics plays a significant role in shaping voting behavior. It involves the consolidation of specific identity groups. These groups unite around shared moral or ideological positions. This consolidation directly influences electoral outcomes. Social cohesion refers to the degree of unity and solidarity within a society. Conversely, social fragmentation indicates divisions and lack of consensus. Voting results provide a tangible metric for assessing these societal states. A high degree of consensus in voting suggests strong social cohesion within a nation. Significant divisions or polarized voting patterns can signal social fragmentation. Thus, analyzing electoral outcomes helps indicate a nation's social fabric. Current voting decisions are significantly shaped by the outcomes of past policies. Voters assess the perceived success or failure of previous governmental actions. This evaluation reflects a society's collective learning process from its historical experiences. Therefore, past decisions form a critical basis for future electoral choices. Understanding future societal and political trajectories is crucial for strategic planning. This anticipation relies on a thorough analysis of current voting trends. It also involves examining the underlying beliefs that shape public opinion. Voting trends provide quantitative data on public preferences and shifts. Underlying beliefs offer qualitative insights into motivations and values. By combining these analyses, future developments can often be predicted with greater accuracy. Public will is not a static concept, but a dynamic entity within a society. It is constantly evolving, reflecting shifts in collective opinion and priorities. Voting serves as a primary mechanism for demonstrating this dynamic nature. Electoral outcomes reveal how public will respond to new challenges and information. This continuous evolution ensures that governance remains responsive to societal changes. When citizens cast their votes, they are engaging in more than a mere political act. Voting represents an expression of the collective conscience of the populace. This collective conscience reflects shared values and aspirations for the nation's direction. It embodies what the citizens believe their country should fundamentally stand for. Thus, each vote contributes to shaping the national identity and future trajectory. Social justice movements aim to achieve equity and fairness within society. Documenting these movements is crucial for understanding their impact and evolution. One key indicator of their success is observable electoral shifts. These shifts can reflect changes in public sentiment and voter priorities. Ultimately, electoral changes can lead to significant policy reforms, demonstrating the movement's influence. Voting decisions often reflect a complex interplay of economic concerns and moral values. Voters weigh various priorities when casting their ballots. Economic factors, such as personal finance or national prosperity, frequently influence choices. Moral values, including ethical principles or social justice, also play a significant role. This dynamic interaction shapes electoral outcomes and policy direction. National identity is a collective sense of belonging and shared characteristics within a nation. It encompasses cultural, historical, and political elements that define a country's essence. Through their participation in democratic processes, citizens actively shape this identity. Voting serves as a primary mechanism for citizens to express their vision for the nation. Each vote contributes to a collective articulation of who the country is and what it represents. This ongoing process allows for the redefinition and evolution of national identity over time. Module 3 focuses on the global comparison of values. This involves analyzing voting patterns across different nations. Such comparisons offer insights into global moral values. They also reveal the convergence or divergence of ideological values worldwide. Understanding these patterns helps in comprehending global societal trends. The act of voting is a fundamental civic duty in a democratic society. Each vote cast contributes to the collective decision-making process of a nation. The outcomes of elections directly reflect the choices made by the electorate. Therefore, voters bear a significant responsibility for these results. It is crucial for the electorate to thoughtfully consider the long-term implications of their choices. Informed decisions ensure that voting outcomes align with societal well-being and future progress. Citizen engagement is fundamental to the health and functionality of a democratic system. The voting process is a primary mechanism for citizens to actively participate in governance. Active participation ensures that diverse voices and perspectives are represented. Therefore, citizen involvement is indispensable for a robust and responsive democracy. Every single vote cast in an election carries significant weight. Each vote contributes to the collective decision-making process of a nation. The cumulative effect of individual votes can profoundly influence national trajectory. Therefore, individual participation is crucial for shaping the future of the nation. Voting serves as a crucial mechanism for societal expression and decision-making. Each election captures a snapshot of a society's collective will at a specific moment in time. The outcomes of votes reflect the prevailing moral and ideological landscapes of a population. Over time, voting patterns create a historical record of evolving societal values and priorities. This record allows for the analysis of social change and the progression of collective thought. The report concludes with a crucial call to action for all listeners. It emphasizes the importance of active engagement in relevant processes. Listeners are urged to make decisions based on comprehensive information and understanding. This informed participation is critical for effective outcomes. Recognizing the profound impact of individual and collective involvement is key. The New Sentinel podcast concludes with a call to action for listeners. It reinforces the critical importance of civic responsibility in a functioning society. The podcast emphasizes active participation in community and governance. It highlights the enduring power and resilience of the democratic process. Listeners are encouraged to uphold democratic values and engage thoughtfully.